everyone! So it's almost a week before Christmas, and as you know, this time of the year, the festive season, starting with Halloween, and then if you're in America it's Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas, and then it's New Year's, and after New Year's it's like a little while, and then it's Valentine's Day. So there's so many holidays after each other where it revolves around eating delicious food, and usually includes unhealthy foods. And during this festive season, a lot of people fall off track, and then sometimes they start New Year's resolutions on the 1st of January, but then they fall off track after doing it for about 2 weeks. So I wanted to give you tips during this time to keep you on track and to maintain your routine so that you don't fall off track easily, because I've been there and I've done it. And this year I really want to try to push myself to stay on track as far as possible, so that it isn't more difficult later on for me to get back where I wanted to be. And also, you've worked so hard to be where you want to, and then you fall off track, and then you give up everything that you've worked for. So I don't want you to do that. And even if you fall off track during this time, it's okay. The most important thing is to get back on as soon as possible. So I'm just going to give you a few tips that will help you to stay on track as far as possible, so that you don't gain weight during this time. So the first point is, you're tempted with a lot of unhealthy foods and snacks here and there, but the thing is, you also want to look good for New Year's or look good for Christmas. So try to have like a goal or a reward, not a food reward, but a reward which you can work towards. For instance, like a nice dress which sits nicely that you want to buy and wear for New Year's. So if you have that goal in mind, then you have something to work towards, and you would work more to getting that. So like if I knew I had like this nice short dress that I wanted to wear that sits tightly, and if I think about the bad food that I'm going to eat, I'm not going to be able to look good in that dress. So if you have a reward like that which you can work towards, then it can help you to stay on track. Another point with the reward system is that you can have like a jar or a piggy bank or something. So every time you exercise, then you can put in like $1 or 1,001 or 5 Rand, depending on what currency you are in or how much money you can afford to put in there, but just so that you are building up to something that you can reward yourself with. So if you have that reward like a dress that I was talking about, then you work towards it by like working out every day, and every time you work out, then you can put in like $1, and then it will also motivate you to keep on working out and not stopping during the festive season. Now another thing which you can do is you can look for healthy alternatives to make during the festive season, during Christmas time, when you have Christmas parties or New Year's parties or what. So if you go onto Pinterest, you can find so many healthy alternatives to so many recipes that you like. So anything that is unhealthy that you usually eat for Christmas, you can change it into a healthy alternative. I can't think of an example now, but really if you look on Pinterest, you will find a lot of these recipes. I'm not saying that you mustn't eat unhealthy food for Christmas, but try to just add some sort of healthy alternatives so that you can keep eating in some way. You can keep eating the way that you are used to. Then another thing, a lot of people are invited to Christmas parties and things like that, and then you get to those parties and there are just like unhealthy food everywhere. So what I would do is I would tell the person that whose party I'm going to, that I will bring like a salad or like 2 dishes, like a salad or vegetables, and then you can use those healthy alternatives that you found on Pinterest, and you can make those. So when you get to this party, then you can fill your plate with those things first, and then the unhealthy things, which will also help you to stay on track. And this will also help to fill your stomach first with the healthy food, so you don't eat as much unhealthy things and stuff your face with only unhealthy food. So everyone gets invited to these Christmas parties, New Year's Eve parties, and it just goes on and on, all these parties. So you don't want to eat unhealthy food at all of these parties all the time. I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy these parties with your family and friends, but it just makes it so much easier to fall off the bandwagon when you go to these parties over and over again, and then it just forms the cycle, bad cycle that you stuck in. So to prevent this, first of all, you can try to eat a little bit of healthy food before you go to these parties, so that you don't get to the party and you're starving and then you see all these yummy unhealthy foods and you stuff your face with those foods. So if you eat beforehand and you first eat raw or healthy food that you're used to, then you won't feel so hungry, or what I call hangry, when you get to these parties. So that will really help. Then another thing is, if you can, where possible, fill your plate first with the healthy raw foods. So if you see salad, rather fill your plate first with that, and then have a small portion of the unhealthy food. So that way you can first fill your stomach and your needs, your hunger needs, with the healthy food instead of the unhealthy food. Then another thing with these parties is, if someone else is hosting a party, then ask them if you can bring like a salad or 2 dishes, like a vegetable dish and a salad. So you can make your own dishes, and you will know what is put in that salad. If you go to a party, then you are not sure what they have put in that food. So sometimes you'll think something is healthy, but then some things have been added. So then if you bring those dishes to the party, then you know that you've made that, so you know exactly what is in it, so you can fill your plate with that first. Another tip is that I know during this festive time people like to drink alcohol, and I also love my alcohol and my wine, but try to not drink up all your calories with alcohol, because alcohol is so high in calories, and it's the one thing that is the most weight gaining cause. So try to avoid this as far as possible, and try to drink the lower calorie alcohols, such as like whiskey or red wine or vodka is also less. Also, when you have alcohol during these parties, try to have like a glass of water in between each drink that you have, because alcohol obviously dehydrates you a lot, so you don't want to cause too much damage to your body. So you want to flush out your system the whole time and keep your body hydrated. Okay, another tip is, if you've been to one of these parties where you've overindulged or something like that, try to still eat every 3 hours a healthy meal the day after, and not get into the bad habit of eating one big meal a day of unhealthy food. Try to keep that same routine that you have been keeping, the same rules, everything, as far as possible, because if you keep to those rules, then it will just be follow through the whole course of the time. Whereas you have one day of indulging in food and Christmas parties and things, the next day you just feel, oh, you've eaten bad, and then you just go downhill all the way from there, because I know I've been there. Rather, just the next day wake up and start over and go with your routine that you've been doing and working hard the whole time, and that way you will keep your metabolism going and you will stay on track better. So I know when you go on vacations and when it's holiday time, when you don't have school or when you're not working, then you try to relax and just forget about everything, your routine and everything. I know I've been there, I've done that. But the thing is, the longer you are out of the routine, that your healthy routine of just not worrying about exercise or eating healthy food and preparing healthy food, the longer it's going to take you to get back into it. So what I would do is I would do any exercise that I possibly can, even though I'm not in my same routine. So if you want to break away from the gym during your vacation time, why don't you just go for a walk or go for a run in your neighborhood, or even if you don't want to go out the house and just stay at home, just do 10 minutes of body rock. There are free workouts online which you can do, and I promise you in 10 minutes you can get a whole workout and your heart rate so high and sweating, and you can burn a lot of calories in only 10 minutes. So if you can just put 10 minutes aside and just stick to that every single day, then you won't fall off track easily. So because I know if I get lazy, then it just produces more laziness and laziness. But if you stay active, you'll want to be active every day, because I know I've been there. If you are lazy and you stay in bed all day, the next day you just want to be lazy again and again and again, and just you fall downhill, and then you just forget about the exercise routine that you always had. So try to not give that up. I know it's really difficult and you want to relax and things, but try to do something fun as well. Like you don't have to go to the gym during Christmas time. You can, if you live nearby the beach, like go play games and walk your dog, or do something fun with your children, or just make it a fun activity. Then I know a lot of people get like gifts during Christmas and New Year's and everything, like chocolates and yummy goodies. But if you get something like that, try to share it with someone else so that you don't only eat it by yourself. Like my mom sent me a Christmas cake from South Africa, and it's a big cake like this, and if I had to eat that whole cake by myself, I don't want to know what it's going to do to me. So I'm going to share it with someone else and hopefully a few other people, so that I don't eat the whole thing by myself, because if you halve the calories, it's going to be a lot less worse on your body than if you ate all of the calories by yourself. So it's just a tip to keep in mind that will help, because I believe that every small change will help you in the right direction. This is a very important tip, is to keep only healthy foods inside your house. I know it is very difficult, especially during this time, but as far as possible, try to avoid bringing unhealthy food into your home, because it's a lot more difficult to go outside and go to restaurants to have bad food, but most of the time you are at your home. So you're going to if you have bad food in your home, then you are going to indulge in it and you are going to eat it. You're not going to just keep it there and lock it away or something like that. So that is the most important thing for me, because that's what works for me. I know if I have a chocolate in my house, it's not going to stay there very long, and that's what works for me. And I don't know if some people can maybe have unhealthy food in their house and not eat it for a very long time, but I know it doesn't work for me. So that's a tip that you can use that can help you to stay healthy. And another thing is, start your goals like right now, like today or tomorrow, your new goals that you want, or your New Year's resolution goals for 1st of January. Start them now so that you form a good habit now already. And by the time you get to January 1st, then you are already in that routine of you wanting to work towards this goal. So it will help you stay on track, and it will help you to stay in this healthy routine that you're already in. I forgot to say that when you are at a party and you are dishing up for yourself and eating around a table with other people, try to eat as slow as possible, because I think everyone knows this. If you eat fast and your plate is empty and everyone else is still eating, and you sit there and look at everyone and you feel kind of uncomfortable just sitting there doing nothing while everyone is eating. I know that feeling, like it feels like there must be something on your plate to keep you busy, because you don't just want to sit there and stare at the other people. So if you just eat slowly, then you won't have to fill your plate up again so that you can keep busy. So try to do that. So these are just a few tips that I'm going to incorporate during this festive season so that I stay on track as far as possible, because I know I've worked really hard to be healthy and to get into this healthy routine and to get the body that I want. So I don't want to just throw it all away by falling off the bandwagon and then struggling to get back on again and just throwing away everything that I've worked for. So I just have to keep my mind focused. Just try to think before you eat. I know it's really difficult when you crave things. I know what it feels like to crave sugar and all those yummy things, but try to say in your mind that you can push through this and you can say no to unhealthy food choices. So I hope you have a great Christmas with your family, and I hope you enjoy healthy and unhealthy foods. But remember to keep everything in moderation and in right portions, which is also very important. And if you can incorporate the tips that I've given you, then I'm sure you will stay on track during the holidays, and you won't make life more difficult for you later on when you have to get back into this whole routine, because I've been there and I've done it. Thank you for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, Make Me Pretty Please.